Hey guys, just want to give a quick content warning on top of this episode. We have a suicide, a bombing. In fact, we have a suicide bombing. So, if that's going to be something that's too much, that's cool. We'll see you next week, I think. Next week might have more suicide bombings. Laura, you've already watched the next episode. Does next week have more suicide bombings? Should we tell them to skip two?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, cool. We'll skip this one, skip the next one.
Also, eye stuff and holding women against their will.
Yes. Yes.
It's bad.
There's just a lot of bad guys. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's Battlestar. Hello and welcome to Who Are You? This is a reasonably well-done sci-fi watchcast hosted by two former strangers, now friends, who are currently watching 2004's Battlestar Galactica. I'm Xhafer.
And I'm Laura.
And today with us we have
Ben!
It's a season premiere. You know what that means.
It's Ben time.
Yeah. And in the spirit of former strangers, now friends, before this episode, Laura, I went back and listened to Babylon 5, Season 2, Episode 17, the first episode, so The Shadows of Zahadum, the first episode of this podcast that I was on, because Xhafer had COVID and we needed somebody to step in.
That's
and
right.
It was, I believe, our second conversation ever after the gag I did at the beginning of Season 2 where I pretended to be the Sheridan replacing Xhafer Sinclair.
Right.
And it was very fun going back and listening to that, like, oh, yeah. Back at a time when we were like, hey, we like sci-fi shows. Do I know anything else about you? Nah.
I remember that episode being very good, so I hope it
was very
held
fun.
up. Good.
I've never listened to it. So
You're not even on it, Xhafer. You could do that one.
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I went and listened to it, actually. I just don't remember anything about it because it was, 4 years ago now.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No. I think we have our 5-year podiversary this year.
No.
No,
I
it
know.
can't be.
During that episode, you were talking about rapidly approaching episode 50.
Okay. This of our overall podcast is episode 190.
So rapidly approaching 200.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, not 5 years yet, though. I think it had to be 2021, right?
Yeah,
When we
it
started?
It was 9/7/22.
It's our 4-year podiversary is in 2 weeks of this airing.
There's got to be a couple of listeners out there who have been with us all 4 years. So happy 4 years, everybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sure we'll wax
We'll
poetic on
mark it
then.
better. Yeah.
And then The Eye of Jupiter, which is the episode right before our movie break this season, is our 200th episode.
Wow.
I mean,
All right.
Ooh, that's a good one.
4 years, 200 episodes. We take breaks. That works out.
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah. Crazy.
Wow. Well, new season of Battlestar with
Yeah.
season 3, episode 1. And what a journey it is in one first episode.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you had said that this was packaged together with its next episode.
Yes,
on
for
your streaming
me-
service.
Right. Watching on Apple TV, if you went to watch season 3, episode 1, you probably watched Occupation and Precipice together. So that's what I did.
That makes a lot of sense to me because this episode is not cut like an episode. This episode is cut like a 2-parter and it's part 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
it
the
flowed
first-
together really well.
Yeah, the first 15 minutes of this is a montage of like this cut that we flip between a bunch of different things and we don't really know what's going on for the first 5 minutes of it even.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is obtuse.
Yeah,
Like, I
the
appreciate it for
last
the
time
art,
on was
but-
pretty long too. Like we
Yeah.
we have to go through Leoben and Lee getting his promotion, and bunch of new Caprica stuff, and we have to remember that Adama's got the mustache still.
I want to say there was more than a year gap between seasons 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah?
That was a problem with Battlestar Galactica.
For sure. I'm going to check now because I'm curious. I should have done research before, but fuck it. We're here now.
Do it live.
We will do it live.
If we're just going to be in how I remember it feeling, I remember there being a huge gap between 2 and 3, a huge gap between 3 and 4, and then they took a year in the middle of season 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So season 2 had a 3-month gap in the middle of it. So season 2 started July 15, 2005, stopped September 23rd, came back January 2006, and then finished up March 10, 2006. Season 3 started October 6, 2006. So only, not even 6 months.
Mm.
And ended March 25th, 2007. The Razor movie was November 2007, and then season 4 started April 2008. And then that break you were referring to was June 2008, was where the mid-season break was, and it didn't come back until January 2009.
Oh, that's painful.
So it's 10 episodes, wait 6 months, 10 episodes. Yeah, I remember those gaps a lot. That March 2007 to April 2008 was a rough one. Because you figure that's a full year in between seasons, and a season lasts half a year. So there's production going on during that normally, whole thing. I know that the gap in between season 4 was exacerbated by a writer's strike. Part of which is Battlestar's fucking fault. So I don't feel too
We
raw
talked about
it.
that with the webisodes.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that episode's aired yet, Ben, but if you were
It is not.
If you were unawares, there's the webisodes that they did for Battlestar. One of the reasons that the writer's strike in 2008 happened was because these webisodes were being classified by studios as promotional materials, which means nobody got residuals.
yeah.
That was a big problem for a lot of people.
Ben's making disappointed dad face.
Screw you, Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that was everyone at the time, and it wasn't Sci-Fi Channel doing a thing that prompted the writer's strike. I'm sure they were following. From my understanding of this show's relationship with its studio from the So Say We All book I read, it was pretty positive. So I don't think it was a targeted thing on this show. That would be not the vibe I received from the behind-the-scenes book I read.
I'm sure there was a lot going on in the universe at the time, and this is one of the factors that pushed that strike to happen. Yeah.
Well, it gave us our weird long break. It murdered heroes. Writer's strike.
Yeah.
Take the good with the bad.
Yeah, it was good that it murdered heroes. Heroes needed to die at that point. It was so bad. So let's get into season 3, episode 1 here. Occupation. We open on a tight shot montage that makes about as much sense as the plot of Lost, but we slowly see a few things zoomed out enough to make sense. We see the Saul Klops in a holding cell.
Yeah, he's our cooler king.
And I just want to note that I've had that pun written since before we started recording this show. So I've been waiting for that one.
Laura, I will say, as somebody who has been interacting in both the Spoiler Town and not Spoiler Town parts of the Discord, making sure, all right, does that Saul React GIF have an eye patch or not? Has been an important part of dealing with the not Spoiler Town.
Yeah.
Hilarious. No, I just realized, I was like, oh, if Saul makes it off of New Caprica, which at this point I don't know, it's pretty contentious down there. He's gonna get a sweet pirate patch because, for these 2 episodes, it's just
bandage.
medical gauze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, sweet pirate patch maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we have Adama breaks his little ships.
Yeah, he's playing Warhammer and having a bad time.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
We have Tyrell and Anders setting up the BSC4.
Oh.
BSG. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, did
I
everybody
thought there was
freeze,
something more
or
to
are
it
we
that I
just
missed.
not laughing at a joke?
No, I was just they're
Ben's-
setting up a bomb.
Ben is so
Yeah.
used to me getting a joke and just staring at him instead of laughing that I think that was just second nature for both of us.
I was gonna say that they're setting us up the bomb, but okay,
They are. All their base are belong to the Cylons.
Yeah.
it's very true. Yeah, Rosalind's praying a bit.
Yeah. Ellen Ty is fucking.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know if we're gonna call it that. I don't know how consensual this is.
what that is actually a plot point. So we'll just leave it alone for now.
Right.
And then we cut over to what is totally not a redress of Boomer's post-genocide Caprica apartment, which is totally not a redress of Starbucks Caprica apartment, where Starbies is setting a dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
Another layer is peeled back, and we see Cavill sitting with Saul, telling him that they are, in fact, fracking with him.
Yeah. Cavill's such an asshole here.
He is. He is
He's always an asshole all the time.
100%.
Yeah.
He has
He,
one mode. Well, he has two modes, asshole and super asshole. So,
Yeah. He comes into this very brightly lit torture cell where, you can't sleep because the lights are so bright, and kind of looks around for a second, puts on his sunglasses, like just a real smarmy bitch.
yeah.
Now I want like a vaporwave shirt that's Cavill, and then just in like pink and purple, it just says "smarmy bitch."
We need that on the merch store yesterday.
It's got to have his sunglasses on, though, like some pixelated sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
Hundo.
Yeah.
Hundo.
Now, do you think they actually change the hash marks on the wall, or we don't have to do that? All we have to do is tell him we're doing that.
Right.
Oh, yeah. It's way
Yeah.
funner to not change them and tell him that they're changing them.
That was my thought.
It's also a lot less work, which is 100% Cavill's way.
Right. How do you even, if your cell is just like brightly lit all of the time, even make hash marks? Like, you have no way to know the passing of time.
Count the seconds.
Or every time you wake up, you make one.
Yeah. I'd just be asleep as much as I could.
Yeah. Wait it out.
I don't know. I know psychologically the toll that keeping somebody in solitary confinement does. I'm also so much of an introvert where I'm like, a few weeks of that sounds real nice.
Nobody talking to me or needing anything from me.
Few weeks. Oh,
Oh yeah.
maybe a day or two.
I once had a couple of days off work over the summer when I was in college, and my roommates had gone home for the summer. I didn't have any work, and I realized, oh man, I haven't spoken to a human being in 5 days, and I have not missed it.
I don't know. I could go for some of that right now. That'd be all right.
So back to our montage. Dinner date Starbies is having the worst time at Leoben's Dreamhouse. And I want to make absolutely clear what I'm trying to do with that joke here. I am not saying that Starbuck is Barbie. I am saying that Leoben is playing with her like she's a doll and not a human being.
Yes.
Just to absolutely clarify anything there, it is disgusting.
He also cuts her steak with a pocket knife, and I'm just like, ew, gross.
Yeah, that's... When was
That
the
seems
last
like
time
it
you
would-
washed that knife?
Right. No, I was thinking this morning as I was getting ready about how, the show has tried to give us some ambiguity about the Cylons, right? Like, the Sharons definitely seem to take the human side a bit. There's at least conflict with 1-6, right? About stuff. She's doing weird stuff out here, maybe helping humans, maybe not. We're not sure. So far, don't see a lot of ambiguity from any of the male characters. Like, don't like Leoben's. 100%. Don't see anything redeeming in any Leobens. I suppose there might be some room for there to be a Doral or a Cavil or Simon who has redeeming qualities, but I don't think they can convince me any Leoben has any redeeming qualities at this point.
This is with a hazy memory, so I'll be more general. Also, it's super spoilery town, but I do think that at the end, the Cylon character I consider to be the goodest is male.
Okay.
Although I will say, we don't get as much individualization in our male Cylons as we do in our female Cylons,
This
which
is
is
true.
an interesting thing I hadn't really thought about. Like,
Is that a critique of
not-
society at all?
I don't know, but like, I don't, and I might be misremembering, but I don't think we get a Boomer Athena, distinction among like our Simons or our Leobens. Like, Leobens are all pretty much the same, which is an
Yeah.
interesting thing.
Ooh, well, this is me coming down. I'm saying it. I don't like Leoben. He's super gross.
No, that's
He is.
yeah, 100%.
Ready to make that bold claim. Hot takes.
I don't
this
care if he
morning.
has the only steak on the planet. I'm not coming over for dinner.
Nope.
The fucking worst.
Nope.
The montage continues. We see that Ellen is fucking Cavil,
Mm-hmm.
and that the Resistance is setting up their bomb right by where a heavy raider is landing.
Yeah.
We get the reveal that Ellen did this to get Ty out of jail, as he is released in the next scene.
Yeah. She did this to get Ty out of jail, right? I believe that that's how she's motivated at this moment. I
Maybe?
believe that Cavil was going to do whatever the fuck he wanted, and he just was like, oh, yeah, I can also get this if I just hang on a little longer and make her do this.
Well, because he says, "Oh, that's already happening right now anyway."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think there was actually the quid pro quo,
Right.
but I do think they're trying to give us a little bit of ambiguity with the last time on, where during the season 2 finale, she's like, "I want to go down to live on New Caprica," and he's just like, "Yeah, so you can bang your way through half the population."
Yes, he says cat around with all the men. And I was like, I'm very Ellen sympathetic this episode. Like,
I want to believe that she's trying to do a nice thing.
no, I believe it. I'm sold. I don't think she was intending to just cat around with Cavil. And if she wants to just cat around, well, Saul kind of sucks sometimes. So let her have a moment. Like,
I mean, he's clearly aware of it if he's telling her to go do it. And I don't think this show in society was at a point to have polyamory be around, especially given Battlestar's connection to Mormonism. That might be something that got taken very differently as it was airing.
Fair.
But he seems to be okay with it. He's not particularly pleased, but he didn't say don't.
To be fair,
Right.
I don't think the ties are poly. I think they're just toxic.
yeah.
It's an important distinction.
I suppose you can be both. You can be poly
You
and
can,
still
or
toxic,
one or the
so-
other.
You might think you're one and are the other.
Ah, true. True.
But Saul comes out looking like a Gordon's fisherman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got so much beard.
Yeah.
But the way Ellen like screams for him or yells for him and just kind of clings to him when he comes out, that feels really genuine. That's definitely
Yes.
like
Yeah.
fear.
That's
She's felt like she didn't have a protector in this time. So
Anders and Tyrell are just the absolute fucking worst at hiding. They are yelling at each other 15 feet away from Cylons. We see a Six and a Sharon fucking just stare right at them as they go to set off this bomb. And they're sitting
this
there
is
like
really weird
slamming
shot.
the button and yelling. And it's just all like, why is no one doing anything here? This seems weird.
Well, it's because they're insurgents and not a bit nervous.
We beat them insurgents, not a bit nervous. Encouraged, got a bit further to go.
Also, they're very close to this bomb where they're hiding. Like, what? I guess maybe we had some limitations on set to where we couldn't make it look like we were farther away, but it's like, fuck, guys, you're hiding behind like a box.
Well, it's like, how many different types of explosives do we expect the Resistance to have access to? And among those, why is this one so different than the one that's used at the end of the episode? Because the one at the end of the episode is dramatically larger in its scope of damage. But this one is big enough to take out a raider somehow. Like, there's a little bit of mental gymnastics on making Tyrell and Anders survive this. But, you know, it's fiction. Whatever.
Yep.
I
They've
guess
got the plot armor for now.
Yeah, I guess the one at the end had a couple more bombs attached, probably. I think
Yeah,
we
we just stacked
see
a few of those.
Yeah, I think we see there's like a little belt of them. So, but that's also not how bombs work. So they don't go farther because you have more of them. That's not physics. So, anyways,
We finish our dinner party.
oh yeah. Yeah, Starbuck gets Leoben with some chopsticks. Fucking yikes. Like, he deserves this. I don't feel empathy for Leoben.
Yeah.
I do feel weird about holding metal chopsticks, though.
The reason, listener, that she gets him with metal chopsticks is he tries to fucking caress her face after, like, cursing the insurgents at dinner.
Also, we see her setting the table with forks and knives. Where the fuck did these chopsticks come from?
Yeah. A great point.
Why would you have chopsticks and a fork? If she had, like, a spoon and chopsticks or something, sure. Also, why are you eating steak with chopsticks?
They definitely were eating with the forks. I noticed that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe she had secreted the chopsticks.
Yeah, they had
And
Chinese
I
steak
should
out
have
the
said
night
secreted and not secreted.
Do you want to
She
retake?
secreted chopsticks from somewhere.
That was my guess. Was she? This is the thing I have to stab him with. Secret chopsticks. That said, he immediately is just like, "Hey, I'll see you soon," and it made me be like, "Okay, you guys have been dealing with human Cylons long enough. You don't kill them; you incapacitate them."
Yeah.
Like,
I think she's
Get
been
him in a
killing
position-
Leobens for weeks now. That's my guess. Or months.
Oh, I'm
She's been
sure.
killing a Leoben like once a week at least.
Oh, yeah, on the daily.
but it's the sort of thing where it's like, no, like, incapacitate him so that he, one, is not re-downloading, but two, can't move. You know, break his arms and legs and leave him in the closet. You know?
I mean, can he still communicate with another Leoben if you incapacitate, like if you just break his legs, for instance, and have another Leoben like come get him out? I don't think we know that for sure.
I mean, I assume there's cameras.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I assume they have some way of monitoring the situation in the room.
Yeah. Gross. Even
If
grosser.
they care. This might be because when they have the Cylon meeting, Leoben's not there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He's not really in
So
the
this
Cylon
might be-
meetings.
Leoben's just doing his own thing. And so everybody's just like, I don't know, Leoben's being weird for us. And we have Cavill here.
What if because he's not in the Cylon meetings because he's like not in the Cylon council because everybody's like, yeah, like the Leobens are fucking unstable. So we don't let them rule with any power.
That doesn't hold water because of stuff you don't know yet.
Okie dokie. But they are unstable. I don't like him.
We then cut to credits here 15 minutes into the episode.
Oh, mine were at the beginning.
Well, this is where we get the theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine was at the beginning.
Oh.
Oh, for the
Yeah, all right.
This is-
Probably
this is where it
because of
was
how
for me,
they-
too. Has to do with how it was cut together, yeah.
Yeah. But
Um,
so we don't get a survivor count though, right? I did
No.
not get survivor count.
We don't
Okay.
get a survivor count, but we do get told it's been 134 days since the occupation started.
Yeah. So about 4.5 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rosalind's doing this through journaling. She's telling us a lot of the things we missed.
Yeah, log entries. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Which also feels like She's taking notes on a goddamn criminal conspiracy.
Yeah, she shouldn't be doing that, right?
Is you taking notes on a criminal fucking conspiracy? What the fuck is you thinking, man?
Yeah.
First rule, don't write it down.
Why is she free? Like, why would they ever let Rosalind and Ty be free?
Ty, I don't understand. Rosalind, they might figure she didn't win presidency. They have Baltar, who cares?
Yeah.
See, I would imagine she's immediately like, hey, here's the opposite poll. Half of the people voted for her. She is the easy rallying point for a counterinsurgency.
Well, they might be worried about her being martyred if they take her because of her religious status.
I think that, and like, she's had a year. We saw her, like, she's the school teacher. Like, she's kind of taken up a very respected position in this community.
She might be
like,
the only one.
Caretaking children. She's like the only one. It would probably really anger people. Go for that martyr status if we do something to her.
Yeah,
I think that's the logic. Yeah.
Imagine if, you took away daycare, Ben, for everyone. Because that's how some of these people are viewing public school.
And so I pull out my gun. I have my prop gun for the play I'm in.
Yeah.
You can't see that at home.
It was a very funny joke on this end, listener. But she still believes in Papa Dama.
Yeah.
She tells us that in her journal.
Yep. She goes about how everything just sucks, and the puppet that's being mastered by the Cylons, President Gaius Baltar.
Yeah,
This is where we cut over to Colonial 1, where the Cylons are having a meeting with Gaius in the room. Cavils are hilarious here.
Yes. I'm with the Cavils, actually. I'm a broken clock. I'm ready for this. Let's just kill Gaius Baltar.
Oh, I thought you were
Gaius
talking
Baltar.
about massacring civilians.
No, I'm talking about the Baltar stuff.
Yeah.
But they make a good point where it's just like, how about we kill Baltar? And Baltar's like, what? And
Yeah,
they're like,
that's the funny part. Yeah.
even the Dorals are like, nah, the people would probably cheer if we killed this asshole.
Exactly. They're like, yeah, no, that won't do anything because nobody
That boat
likes
is
the
sailed.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caprica 6 defends Gaius and humanity in general here.
I do appreciate Cavill being like, what is this? A delusional machine? As if it's a crazy thing and not our experience dealing with large language models.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and Deanna asks Six if her love of Baltar is still worth it. And we don't get a lot from Caprica 6. Like,
No.
I don't know if she thinks that or not.
The thing I don't get here that I wish I understood better is how Cylon government, air quotes, works. Because if Cavill hates this and doesn't want to be part of it, couldn't he, like, just go back and be king of PyCon or something? They've already destroyed the original human colonies. As long as he's just like, okay, just keep the humans here, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like, he doesn't have to be here.
Yeah. I wonder what is going on in the original colonies? Like, did they pull up all their stakes and just leave some empty planets? Or like, are there Cylons?
Yeah, are they
chilling, hanging out?
occupying them? Did they blow everything up and then go back to Cylon Prime? I don't know.
Yeah.
We cut back to Rosalind after all this, where she gives us the SICE update. They're running around in mass to hide their identity. Good thing in this
Okay.
country we have no cowards.
Okay, guys. This was where I was like, it wasn't feeling great because all of the suicide bombing stuff that's clearly being set up is like pretty real. But the police agents running around completely covering their faces,
Just disappearing people.
just disappearing people.
Yeah.
We're in a bad place.
Remember a few years ago when cops hiding their faces was the sign of fascism in the Watchmen TV show?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Someone in Baltar's administration is informing for the resistance. They don't know who.
Yeah. But we do. Do we know in this episode or do we know in the next episode?
I think
'Cause
we know
I'll-
in the
We
next
know
ep-
in this episode.
Okay.
I mean, Oh, yeah, we find out at the end of this episode. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we also, their signal is flipping a dog bowl, which feels
Dogs
like
do that
the sort
themselves
of
all the time.
thing. Yeah. I'm just like, hey, maybe get a signal that the dog can't do.
Maybe it's a very well-behaved dog because it is some sort of
Maybe.
like very smart shepherd-looking breed, like border collie.
I mean, it's like kind of in sand and stuff. The dog could probably flip the bowl upside down. I think the dog would have a lot harder time flipping it back up.
True. Yeah.
So maybe if it's upside down and you check.
I just hope this dog is getting fed. I was worried about
Yes.
this empty dog bowl the whole time. Like somebody at some point needs to be feeding this little beast because it is, innocent and pretty. So
Yeah.
Or Tyrell doesn't come back often enough, and so somebody's just like feeding the dog in the morning, and we don't see that the secret locker is just stuffed full of documents.
It's like, I can understand using this system. I don't understand how you establish this system without communication.
Oh. Well, maybe they did get an original message somehow of like,
Yeah.
hey,
Check
if
the
you
dog
see this,
bowl.
go
Yeah.
check here.
Yeah.
That's on Gaeta. That's on
Secret note stuck under Tyrell's door. Do you want to insurgent against the Cylons? Check yes or no.
After this, Tyrell goes to the meeting with Anders and the Solclops.
Oh, but before that, they have a little moment,
Yeah.
him and Callie, where she's like
There's
cooing
your
at the baby
Yeah.
and is like, hey, I'll be back in a few hours. And she's like, one day you're never going to come back.
Yeah.
Which is a fun foreshadow for the next episode. But sort of a
Yeah.
reverse foreshadow. Anyway, so they're at the resistance meeting.
Saul's really channeling his inner Laura because they have a chance to kill Baltar.
I'm so ready, Saul. Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
I did really appreciate Anders in this moment because Saul is just like, the old man would never leave us behind. And Anders is like, he already left me behind once.
So, like, from our perspective, we didn't really see Starbeast tell Papa Dama that, like, we have to go get these people. Like,
But
it
he
kind
knew
of
they
seemed
were
like
there.
Starbeast. It kind of seemed like Starbeast was just holding on to it for a bit because she was looking for the right moment.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But
come on.
from Anders' point of view, all Adama does is break little ships, eat noodles, and lie.
Yeah, no, I like that Saul's keeping the faith. And I love that we find out that they planned for this. Like, Saul and Papadama weren't just, like, sitting on their hands for a year while Baltar was doing some stupid shit. They were, like, sitting there in the conference room and mocking up plans for what if the Cylons do show up? What are we supposed to do? Like, how can we save the human race again from dipshit Baltar? Yeah.
Who is the greater danger, the Cylons or this idiot?
I think it's this idiot. Like, I'm still there. Like,
I'm just like, when you are wargaming out with Adama and Ty, where are they thinking the danger is?
oh, I think Ty absolutely, because he in that one episode he clocked Baltar and was like,
He did try to steal an election.
he tried to steal that election because he knew what was fucking going on, and he told Gaeta like he didn't trust Gaius or something. Gaeta wanted to use his computer, and he was like, "Nah, fuck that guy." So, for whatever I think of Saltai, like, good on you, man. And he is really pragmatic about what happened to his eye. He's just like, "Yep, they took it out of my face, and it looked like a boiled egg." Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so what that plan was, though, was that Papadama is going to put a raptor out in the nebular where the Cylons can't detect it because of the nebular. And the humans are supposed to try to get a signal to that raptor whenever they can.
Yeah.
So presumably for 4.5 months, every day, a raptor has been sitting in the nebula waiting for contact.
Yeah, it's we get confirmation of this later in the episode where Racetrack talks about their like shift being up and stuff. Where it's clear that they've been doing this most of the time. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Leoben shows up at the Dreamhouse again for Kara to tell him to fuck off again. He makes some very unwelcome sexual advances. And she finds that there are bars on the other side of the front door.
Yes.
Maybe she knew they were
We
there.
also,
I think she might have known at this point.
So.
we also get a bit where when he's coming back, we hear keys jangling. And it makes me wonder, were there another set of keys on the dead Leoben in the house? And, like, does Leoben have to, like, resurrect and then go to the locksmith Cylon and just be like, yeah, I need another set of house keys again?
Who's
Like,
doing the
this is the 12th
locksmithing?
set.
I feel like Simon could be the locksmith. I feel like he's got very technical abilities. Or maybe a Doral is the locksmith.
It seems like
Or
a Doral
it's just
gig.
a Centurion, and instead of, like, each time he comes in, it kind of just, like, side eyes. Just like, you're back. It's like, don't you give me any of that.
If it's a Centurion, are they cutting the key with their laser beam eyes? Like, bzzz, bzzz.
We cut over to Galactica at this point, where they're doing test flights for a maneuver, and they go quite poorly. Papa Dama tells them to do it again.
For the 17th time.
Yeah, Hilo starts to object him, and Dama's like, fuck you, they're doing it again. Have them practice refueling mid-flight.
Mm-hmm.
The pilots are
Adama's gone
tired.
full Ahab. He is that manager where it's like, yes, we fired half the team, but I'm not expecting any less of you. You need to still hit those same KPIs.
Yeah. It's sad to see Daddy like this. Daddy Dama.
Yeah.
And Lee tries to like call and yell at him that, you know, hey, we don't know how long this maneuver takes. Like they've fucked it up 16 times, right? But they need rest. And it's like, yeah, maybe this is like a hour-long movement. And so these people have been for 16 hours flying not well. And then, of course, Adama says, no, they've got to get it right. And of course, somebody crashes into somebody else. And whoopsie. Adama starts yelling at Lee's heavily puttied face.
Yes.
We put a lot of face putty on Lee.
Yep. This is the start of the Fat Lee saga.
Yep.
I don't
This
know if
is
they
a
put him in
storyline.
any. Did they put him in like not just
suit?
face prosthetic, but like
Yeah.
actual suit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought they must have. It's so weird to me that like when we saw them jump out after the Cylon year or the Cylon free year, Lee was normal. So he's supposed to have put on this weight in 4.5 months.
So Lee is a little overweight there because I knew this was coming, so I was really trying to clock it.
Okay.
And he does have a bit of a like a little bit of face putty, a bit of a second chin thing going on there, but it's not egregious
Yeah, I didn't
like
even
it
notice
is
it all.
here where he's like all cheeked out and everything. I do mean the face cheeked out,
Yeah.
to be clear, although we do see him in a towel for a bit, so.
Yep.
The other thing that makes me like strain credulity a little bit on that is like they jumped away at, you know, urgent moment, big emergency. How many supplies did you have? How much opportunity does Lee have to really be overeating on the Pegasus for real?
He is eating in every scene we see him in.
I know. I don't know. I was just
Yeah,
like, okay, show.
I agree. You'd think there would be food shortages.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd
Everyone
be on
would be on
starvation
rations.
rations.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like looking for planets where they can harvest anything to be a food.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just like,
But maybe they've got all the food sources on those ships and everything that they need to feed what was the entire fleet is now being used to sustain a population a quarter or a fifth of its size.
Yeah, I suppose one of them can be like the greenhouse ship sort of thing. And
Yeah. I would think they would move that stuff down where most of the people are, but maybe you can't for whatever reason.
Yeah, maybe some of it's just
Or
too
you want to keep
systemic.
it in space in case you have to bug out.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
I mean, it is a design feature of spaceships notoriously is that it's significantly easier to build them in space and not have to worry about landing them on planets. Getting
J.J.
in and out of the
Abrams.
planet is the tough part. So,
Right.
Building the Enterprise in Montana is stupid.
building the Enterprise horizontally is stupid.
Also that, yeah. Do you remember what a big deal it was when Voyager came out, that Voyager could like land on a planet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like they factored into the design of the ship. It's all like, we're not going to do the weird neck and arm stuff like the old Enterprises had so that it can do this thing. Yeah. Remember when that was a big deal?
Mm-hmm.
And then JJ
Simpler
gave us
times.
the Enterprise under the ocean.
How many atmospheres can the ship withstand? Well, it's a spaceship, so I'd say anywhere between 0 and 1.
Ugh.
Simpler times. Simpler times.
Over on the Pyramid Court, Duck is signed up for his suicide mission. We know and are supposed to care about this because of the Resistance webisodes, which you probably skipped, and we probably should have skipped.
He was also in a few episodes of season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, did you know his name from those episodes?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you didn't know about Nora at all.
Yeah,
You
Nora's
just knew
only
him
in
from
the
season 2.
Resistance.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a big deal because that's his motivation now. He has nothing to live for without Nora. So
Yep.
Tyrell, though, is kind of objecting to Ty and saying, like, hey, man, this is wrong. But Ty is like, well, maybe you'll feel that way once you spend months in detention.
Yeah. Adama tells Sharon he feels alone except for her.
Oh, man. Oh.
Her cage condo
She's
is
still in prison, though.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice.
Oh, she's in the cell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But
I thought it was
given-
just quarters.
Yeah, but given, like, hey, all the pilots are in a communal bunk space, like, her cell is bigger than Adama's quarters. So it's like she accidentally ended up with the biggest suite on the ship.
Yeah. So, couple things here that I want to hit. For one, this don't feel great. Like, people probably don't like how much Adama and Sharon talk to each other, right?
Just wait.
Not great.
Well, I guess if you've seen the next episode, you've already seen some of that.
Yeah.
So,
So that's concerning. Also, in their conversation, she mentions that Adama put her in the cell a year ago. So sometime during the Cylon-free year, Sharon did something again that he put her back in a cell.
I don't.
I
Or
know
has
she
she been in
think
the
she
cell
had
the whole
left.
time?
She's been in the cell the whole time.
You think so? Okay.
I think so.
Just a weird way that was written.
Instead of saying a year and a half ago, yeah.
She just said a year. Okay. Because I was like,
What do you guys
oh.
think about her line, "Rage is guilt made manifest"? That stuck with me.
I mean, my therapist once told me that it's easier to feel mad than to feel sad. And that's why a lot of people do it. Because they're sad, but admitting and feeling the emotion of sad doesn't feel as active and powerful as the emotion of mad. I feel like those two things
Interesting.
track together.
yeah, that vibes. It's like, emotions, I think by their nature can be very confusing. So,
Yeah. And if we have a more active outward emotion, we feel like we're doing something rather than sitting with the internal powerless emotion, which I would say sadness and guilt definitely probably feel internal and powerless, whereas anger and rage, you feel like you're doing something.
yeah. So anyways,
sorry to harsh the vibe.
what did we settle on? Deland?
I'm pushing real hard for Lee.
I actually have that in my notes for this part right here.
Yeah, Deland I like because it flows real nice, but no, we've never actually know that his name is Leland, so
Okay.
I don't know. But Leedle, that's pretty funny.
Lee. Talk about how Lee has lost his edge. Also, they're married now.
Yes.
Okay, but she also said she married him because he was like a Dama. Did anybody else notice that?
That's...
Yep.
Hey, you know your dad that you never got along with well and is now currently like being a giant bitch to you? I married you because I have a strange psychological relationship with him. It's like, ooh, that's the worst thing you can say to Lee.
Oh,
not
no.
great.
Also, didn't she tell us sometime in season 1 or 2 that, like, she had a bad relationship with her dad? Oh, no. It's daddy issues all the way down. Oh. Oh, no. Don't feel like this relationship is going to go well.
Yep. Tyrell gets the jamming information from the source, which allows them to reach the raptor that's in orbit hiding out.
Hooray.
Yeah, so Kenneth gives him the frequencies.
I understood that REM reference. They send a few texts back and forth. The raptor heads back with news about the rebellion.
Yeah.
Also, we get a weird bit here where, like, oh no, Racetrack's about to jump away. Will they get the signals to them in time? It's like, wouldn't another raptor be immediately jumping in? Wouldn't they be hot swapping, or would they have to wait until tomorrow morning?
Well, I mean, if it's 24-hour coverage, yes. It might be that they said they would be there certain times. They might not be able to maintain someone there all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, it might be 2 jumps at the same time to, like, fucks with their ability to remain undetected. There's a couple of reasons. It's just drama, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we also
anyways.
got to ramp the tension a little bit.
Oh, yeah. It's been such a low-tension episode. We just need to squeeze a little bit more juice out of it.
But we do get, like, as this is going through, as the raptor sends, like, a, hey, we see you and we're coming for you, like, Saul cries a little. And when the raptor reports back to Adama that, hey, they finally made contact, like, he's definitely misting up. Like, I don't think we see tear like we see Saul Ty drop a tear, but it's like, oh my gosh, they did it.
Now I'm wondering what crying while missing an eye does.
I imagine it depends on the nature of the missing eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably...
It's just something I'd never thought about before.
Yeah.
We then get a scene with Roslyn and Tori, who's hanging out now.
Tori's still around. Also should probably be, like, watched by somebody, right?
Right.
Cylon surveillance should have an eye on Tori because she seems crafty.
They also they have enough Centurions. They can just be like, hey, everyone, here is your Centurion. They follow you everywhere.
Oh, man. You're right. They could do that.
Why not? Otherwise, they're just sitting there in the base stars just like, so what are you doing today? Same thing we do every day, sitting in my alcove.
Yeah, and somewhere they've gotten surveillance, I guess, just from other resistance people. And
this scene implies the existence of my second favorite character in this episode, because right next to Cylon Locksmith is Human Resistance Photomat. Somewhere at the New Caprica Mall, there's 2-hour photo. You want 1-hour photo? Fuck you, I'm the only guy who does it.
Yeah. Let me print you this off on some 8x10s.
Yeah. Photos do not have the corners cut off.
Oh, it's true.
So they have the technology.
Yeah. this surveillance has revealed to them that they think that this police force that's been secretly being trained is about 200 humans.
200 traitors.
Yeah, collaborators.
Collaborators,
Collaborators.
as Kira would say.
Yes.
Yeah. But Duck is going to do something about it.
Yeah, Duck's praying at Nora's altar, which we know has significance because of the Resistance webisodes. We know that Duck is not a religious person that Nora was, so him praying at her altar is a big deal if we cared about those webisodes, which we don't.
So now we get Gaeta being like, all right, guys, time to head over to that ceremony. And Baltar's like, yeah, but I don't want to. Security concerns.
Yeah, I was wondering if perhaps, because we don't hear from Caprica 6. She's there, but we don't hear from her. If she thought that the Cavils might be using this as an opportunity to get Baltar killed, so she told him, no, we're not going. I don't know.
I just assumed he was being a lazy dipshit.
Same.
I mean, lazy dipshit is a possibility, but she's already tuned, and so is he, into the fact that they don't like him and they would
Right.
like to kill him. So is she like, let's not go anywhere suspicious, and this could be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
And Gaeta here just starts booking it like a guy with like 3 legs. He's just running so fast.
Yes. Giving up all like pretense of formality and...
But he does run back to the dead drop instead of being like, here, dear, like, here's the note.
Well, I guess it's not in this episode, it's in the next episode, but it really seems like Tyrell has no idea that it's Gaeta who's passing him this information.
Yes, that is a plot point for later.
Yeah.
But it is also one of those things where it's like, how many people are in the Baltar administration? Because Baltar's not doing it.
Yeah.
Zarek isn't doing it.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like the colonial administration is like 20 people.
Yeah, it can't be that many, right? Like,
who is most likely to feed the resistance information out of these 20 people?
Who is our goodest boy? It's Gaeta.
Right.
Yeah. I did not expect also for when Gaeta's hair grows out for it to be curly. I was like, wow, okay. Gaeta's a curly man.
He is.
I like it. But yeah.
Yep. Duck puts on his suicide bomb. The signal is missed. Duck gets in his Hugo Boss styled uniform and goes to the graduation ceremony.
Well, it seems like he put on his vest and then got dressed there.
It does,
like,
doesn't it? That's weird. How did no one see the bomb strapped to him?
Especially the Cylon that gave him like the stink eye on the way in, the Centurion.
Yeah.
Is he that kid in middle school who's like, I go change in the toilet because I don't want to change in front of everybody here in the locker room?
Yeah. And this really makes me wonder about the limitations of the BattleBots, because I guess they don't have any sort of like X-ray capabilities with those weird eyes, because you should have seen the special vest.
Yeah.
So Deanna's going to lead the graduation. I don't know if Gaius was supposed to lead the graduation or just be there.
I don't know, but upgrade. Lucy Lawless, always upgrade over Baltar.
Yeah. As far as going back to our earlier conversation, as far as the female Cylons go, I haven't seen a lot of variation from any of the Deannas yet. Like, they seem pretty on task.
I think we've only met the one so far.
It's hard to tell.
It is.
Right. We know there was one in the fleet and one on Caprica that were different, right? We had 2 different Deannas at least.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
So it's possible that this Deanna is the same as one of those, right? But
yes,
we don't
those are
really know.
presumably not the same Deanna.
Right. So she gives some kind of little speech that I didn't absorb because, frankly, it made me uncomfortable. We see Anders and Saul brooding, and as Duck is being handed his diploma, he tells Deanna that he's going to see Nora soon, and it all blurs up.
Yep, it is brutal. The scene, we get a lingering shot of just chunks of bodies.
Yep. Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man.
Yep.
Spoilers, Precipice, not going to feel a lot better. So, if you're going into that one separately, listener, still bad times.
Still bad times. So, would you have to rate this? I guess. I mean, we don't have to do shit, but we probably should for the sake of continuity, tradition at this point. I don't know. Ben,
Why
how'd
does
you
anyone
feel
do
about
anything? Yeah.
Ben, on a scale of 1 to 12 colonies, how'd you feel about this one?
For as dark as it is, this is a great episode.
Yeah.
There is a ton of stuff going on. It is, hey, you excited for season 3? Here's a bunch of stuff we're going to put on the table. So I really liked it. I know some of what's, I remember what's coming in season 3. Some of it's great. Some of it is missteps, but hey, nothing's perfect. So I'm going to give this 11 colonies.
Okay.
This was good. I mean, it's telling a story. It's telling an important story. Making the good guys suicide bombers in 2006 is a thing.
Bold move.
Oh, yeah.
That is a choice. I mean, the London bombing, I mean, there was still stuff. I mean, I know we're 5 years out from 9/11 from the American standpoint, but there's still a ton of stuff going on globally with suicide bombers at this point. And so for this to be a story point is brave, if nothing else. And I know that the next episode actually attempts to have a little bit of a conversation about it, much more so than this one does.
Yes.
So we'll get there. And I do feel this suffers from being part 1 of a part 2 in a lot of ways, in ways that other 2-parters of this show have also suffered. And just Ron Moore in general tends to front load and then pay off. So for that, I'm going to give this one a 8 out of 12.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do the same. I'm so generous. I was thinking 9, but I am definitely biased by having watched both at once because the second half I do feel was, I'm not going to say more compelling, but it makes sense that these would have aired together, like that we would have kept going. So I'll give this an 8 because I feel like when we get to the discussion of the next one, it's probably going up from there. So yeah, but it is a great way to start a season, especially because we've had such a huge change of scenery from season 2 to season 3. We've really established the planet and what it's like under Cylon rule. And I am wondering now, what did I guess in the quiz or the mid-show episode that we did, Xhafer? Did I say we were going to have like 4 or 5 episodes on the planet?
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm way off on that. I don't know.
Well, you'll find out in 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah, we'll find out soon.
All right. Well, soon as next week, we got season 2, episode 2, Precipice. Adama plans to return to New Caprica and drop off a surprising person to act as liaison between Galactica and the Resistance. Ty's insistence on the use of suicide bombers and ever-escalating violence stuns the leaders of the Resistance.
Wait, isn't he the leader of the Resistance?
Well,
well, I know. Yeah, I know. They're kind of setting like Rosalind is maybe the. I don't think anything's that formal, though. I don't think there's a established formal hierarchy.
Saul does seem to be able to tell Tyrell and Anders, hey, we're doing this. And they don't seem to be able to be like, no, screw you, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
All right.
Well.
Well, we'll get to that next week. But before we leave, we got to say thank you. I mean, we always start our thank yous with thanking Jeremy Siegel for composing our lovely theme music. Thanks, Jeremy. We appreciate you so much. You can find more of Jeremy's work at jeremysiegel42.bandcamp.com. And on streaming services is Nuclear Jaguar.
And thanks to Angry Duck Time Machine on Instagram for the podcast artwork.
Hey, Aaron, thanks for editing this podcast and making sure that, you cut out all the dog noises and the random
My
children
coughing
walking into
fit.
rooms and all that stuff. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And hey, Ben, thanks for being here with us today.
Yeah, Ben.
Oh, I was excited.
It's a lot of
you
fun.
can find more of Ben and I over on Last Time On, another podcast on the network here where we pick shows that we haven't seen, along with our buddy Victor, a.k.a. Dominion Media Television. Roll some dice, skip some episodes, try to figure out what happened last time on. That's a good time. Ben, you also moonlight on a Robin Hood podcast quite often. Do you want to plug that?
Yes. Yeah, sure. So if you like Robin Hood, check out the best Robin Hood podcast on the internet. It is called Into the Greenwood. I'm on there every so often doing movie reviews, and it's just a fun, nerdy time.
Just hanging out with Robin Hood scholars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal.
It was an accident. I didn't mean to get involved, but now I'm like 10 books deep in the Robin Hood book club.
Man. As long as you are having fun, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm having so much fun.
Good. All right. Well, we'll see you next week, Internet.
Bye.
Pull Megaran's Avalanche, which is a rap song on a concept album that tells the story of Final Fantasy VII. And that's a line from it.
Laura, that is the appropriate response. Laura's making the face again.